Ash Klein, soft whistle, now full time. Melbourne are 4 points clear at the top of the ladder. A game with so many moments. But Melbourne emerge the winners. Storm 24, Panthers 22. Cleary injured, players on report. We're talking about this one for a while. What a start to round 24. Over to you, Lara. Penrith fans a little stunned by what's happened, but Melbourne a giant step towards the minor premiership.
Thank you very much, Andrew Voss. Melbourne absolutely with their 17th win of the 2024 premiership race, and they edge ever closer to clinching another JJ Giltinan Shield with that 4-point buffer now between themselves and these Penrith Panthers. And they now finish the season with the bragging rights over the three-time reigning champs as well, having beaten them in both games in 2024 so far. Greg Alexander and Michael Ennis are here. Just 2 points the difference in this game. Yes, there was some drama in the second half, Mick, but just how significant is this scalp for Craig Bellamy's side?
Oh, huge. What a remarkable football side. Honestly, Lara, to think that they are heading towards another minor premiership without Cameron Munster for a long period of this season, without Ryan Papenhuyzen at different stages, Harry Grant's been tied up in Origin. It is phenomenal to think that they are sitting where they are at the moment, and to go to the foot of the mountain tonight up against a Penrith side that welcomed back representative stars in Dylan Edwards and James Fisher-Harris, and to fall behind 22-16 midway through that second half. She showed some character, Brandy, to come back from that.
They certainly did. And as you said, you could see the reaction from the Melbourne players when full-time went, and just what the game meant to them. And that's a big effort. Nelson sin bin for 10 minutes, so they played without Nelson. They were down to 12 men. Penrith scored a try, but the Storm hit back and scored a try. You know, apart from the stars, who were very good again, a couple of standouts. Tyron Wishart.
Outstanding.
Tyron Wishart has had an incredible season. And you know the other one, Mickey, and we've been took Jack Howarth. Jack Howarth was a beast tonight. Jack Howarth won just about every little contest. Every time he had the ball, he won it. Every time he made a tackle, he won it. He won that physical battle. And the players that they've developed around the spine and around the big four are the reason why they're such a good team still, and they have been for 20 years. And
that's always the secret for Craig Bellamy. We sit here and we talk about the big four and them needing to step up at Penrith tonight, but to be talking about those players who he has again achieved and gotten out of them so much more than probably they even anticipated.
Yeah, absolute carnage out there tonight. From the opening try, where there was controversy around the lead line, but I think no matter what the controversy is tonight, no matter what high contacts and players on report, the story out of tonight, Nathan Cleary, it was just eerily quiet over Bluebet Stadium, which it never is, when they saw their general come from the field. I think we all just were in shock, to be honest, because it didn't look like there was a lot in the tackle, and then Nathan just clutched at his shoulder. Originally, it looked like there must have been some high contact, but then he grabbed that left shoulder. Jake Duke saying, fortunately, it's not the same shoulder that he hurt a couple of seasons ago, but still a devastated Nathan Cleary inside the Bluebet Penrith Panthers change room. It could be catastrophic for them.
Panthers' main priority will, of course, be, and they're in those sheds right now. We're not getting probably all of the information just yet, because if it is a serious injury, I imagine they're trying to wrap their heads around this for him. He has had such a bad run this season. Again, he's been out for periods of time with hamstring. What are your biggest concerns when you look at that vision, Brandy? I mean, you know, we're not doctors here, but it looks to be a lot of discomfort.
Well, the shoulder's come out, that he's dislocated his shoulder, and then that depends, and then there's you know, rankings, severity rankings from 1 to 10 on how bad it is. If it's come out and if it's stayed out, what ligament damage there is to it. And don't forget that Nathan had the shoulder that he nursed through the 21 season, the back end of it.
But he had to sit out a period of time.
He missed 2 months.
Rehab it.
Yeah, he missed 6 to 8 weeks.
And then was back for the premiership.
Yeah. There he is there with Ivan. He would be devastated, and you know, not knowing the seriousness of it, but it certainly didn't look good, and there was very limited movement in that arm when he left the field. He was keeping it very still, so you would think that he's dislocated it, whether it's popped back in itself, which it can do, sublux
that's
it.
right,
A bounce comes out and goes straight back in, or in fact they had to put it back in which wouldn't be a good
too
situation.
much discomfort leaving the field, which I know he's tough, but sometimes you see them go into the sling and the trainers nurse them off the field. He did leave the field okay, which fingers crossed for Penrith.
Yeah,
I'll stay positive.
No, you have to.
Absolutely.
We don't want to see someone like Nathan.
Well, let's cross live now back to Bluebet Stadium where Fox League's Jake Duke is standing by. Jake, what have you been able to find out for us from the Panthers sheds?
Obviously, details still emerging from the Panthers sheds tonight, Lara, but I can tell you the mood here at Bluebet Stadium is sombre because they realise what they potentially could have seen tonight. Nathan Cleary picking up a shoulder injury, and as I told you during the call, it is a different shoulder to the shoulder he had to have surgery on back in 2021. But as you can see from those shots, still devastated. They will have to have scans to determine the extent of that shoulder injury, but obviously didn't look good. And now you have to look at the Panthers' run home and when Nathan might be available again. They've got the Raiders next week away, the Rabbitohs, and then the Titans at home. So that's their run home, and then into the finals. It becomes a matter of if he returns, when will he return? The good news is that a couple of those games are at home as well. So if there is a team that can handle Nathan Cleary's absence, we know that Jerome Luai has done a good job so far this season. They've got Brad Schneider, Jack Cole in the ranks, and tonight was just the 5th time they've had their first choice spine actually on the field together so far this season. So there is a team that can replace a key player. It's the Penrith Panthers at the moment, but Nathan Cleary, as they try and chase a 4th straight premiership, if he is out for an extended period of time, that could be absolutely devastating for their chances. But we will know more, and we are waiting to hear from Ivan Cleary in the press conference very soon. But as I said, a sombre mood here at Penrith Park after a tough loss and then losing their skipper and best player to a shoulder injury.
Jake G, thank you so much. We'll check in, well, not tonight, but this news will be obviously developing over the course of the weekend. And as Jake said, it really did seem to take the wind out of the sails of the Panthers, of their fan base. We just saw vision there as Nathan turned in the sheds of heavy ice on that left shoulder. You'd imagine that when we hear from Ivan Cleary in the press conference, he'll have an idea of what exactly has happened here.
He'll have He'll have an idea, but he won't know exactly. They won't know exactly how bad it is right now. He'll need to go for scans, and that will determine the ligament damage. They'll be praying that there isn't much. And there's been plenty of times where players have dislocated shoulders, and then in a week or two they're okay. They're good to go. So we just don't know until the scans have done, until they reveal what sort of damage there is there.
Well, in such a tightly contested game, they needed the Panthers' Nathan Cleary out there for the 80 minutes.